Looking for a solid hosting provider? Let's check if SiteGround is a good fit for your project. I'll show you its pros and cons and what to expect from them. Welcome to WebsiteToolTester.com, where we help you launch your site online. SiteGround was founded in 2004, but in recent years it has tripled its popularity. Currently, they have over 400 employees and host around 2 million domain names. At first glance, all sounds good. Fast websites, reliable service, 24-hour support, and affordable prices, at least in the first year. But let's check under the hood to see if all this is actually true. The first thing you'll notice is its cheap prices, but be aware that these are only for the first term. Once you renew, you'll be charged the full amount, the ones in smaller print. As you can see, you'll need some budget to get SiteGround, especially after renewal. Their shared hosting solution has 3 plans, all with unlimited bandwidth. The startup tier is suitable for smallish one-site projects that don't need more than 10 gigabytes of storage. The Grow Big package allows you to host multiple sites and gives you access to on-demand backup options and advanced features like staging. Finally, the Go Geek plan is suitable for larger sites that need higher performance, priority support, and Git repositories. That's it. That was everything there is to know about their pricing. Let me show you the backend now. I find their backend easy to use and intuitive, especially if you've used cPanel before. Perhaps it could be a bit more modern looking, but I've seen worse. Head over to My Accounts to manage your hosting. Here, you get an overview of your installations and your hosting settings. However, you'll do most of what you need to from their cPanel. Let's check it out. Find your hosting stats and relevant information like name servers, IPs, and so on in the left-hand section. From this other section, you can fully manage your hosting service, create email accounts, databases, change your PHP version, and install apps like WordPress, Drupal, or Joomla. One of my favorite features is the on-demand backup and restore system available on the Grow Big and Go Geek plans. As you can see, this SiteGround solution allows you to access and restore any of the available backups, or even request your own backups instantly. A really useful feature for those coding a lot or managing many system updates. Some statistics suggest that more than 50,000 sites get hacked every day. Let's see what SiteGround does to avoid yours being compromised. First of all, you should install an SSL certificate. They offer an easy way to get Let's Encrypt for free. Nice touch. SiteGround lets you use the latest PHP version, and this minimizes security risks. Their system is set to PHP 7 by default. They automatically manage updates for WordPress and your plugins. You can, however, choose how they should exactly handle this to fully fit your needs. On top of that, they isolate your website so attacks on neighbor sites won't affect you, and they also create their own security patches. Overall, I have confidence that SiteGround does a good job here. I run a lot of hosting tests, and SiteGround is one of my favorites. Let me tell you about my experience. Many mediocre providers neglect their server uptime. You should aim to have uptime rates higher than 99.95%. I monitor several sites hosted at SiteGround, and I've never seen them going below 99.98%, which is really impressive. But uptime is not everything, and speed is also crucial for site owners. Again, nothing to complain about here. SiteGround makes a good effort to optimize their servers with the latest technology like SSD drives, HTTP2, and PHP 7. They also have their own caching system. It will speed up your loading time by allowing faster access to your site's content. In addition to that, they offer an integration with the Cloudflare CDN, which will make your site even faster. Additionally, you can choose to host your website in one of the several data centers available in America, Europe, and Asia. The closer your site is to your audience, the better. Most of us use WordPress to create our sites with. let me show you SiteGround's Super Cacher plugin that does a lot more than caching. If you head over to the Front-End Optimization tab, you can enable a bunch of options to make your site faster. For example, minimize your HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Combine CSS files into one file to lower HTTP requests or asynchronously load your JavaScript. It also compresses your images and allows you to enable image lazy loading. I am really impressed with this plugin. It allowed me to get rid of a whole bunch of plugins I used to use to achieve the same results. Support is available by email, phone, and 24-hour live chat. I have to say that I find the live chat the most helpful and efficient. Their help is useful, and support agents are polite and friendly. In my experience, they've generally ended up fixing my issues. The waiting times are normally not too long, but in some cases, I had to give up and contact them later on. So that's all. But let me summarize the main pros and cons. On the bright side, it offers outstanding performance both in uptime and speed. It's easy to use, comes with great support, doesn't limit your traffic, and has some exciting advanced features. My main concerns are their relatively high prices at renewal and that their back-end could look a bit more modern. I hope you found this SiteGround review useful, and please leave a comment if you still have some questions.